Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special little bonus episode of a Cinema Recall podcast. Celebrating one of my good buddies here. It is Ashley Urach's birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to me. I won't sing the real song, right?
Happy birthday, Holmes.
Thank you.
How's it going?
It's fine.
How you feel being a little bit older now, a little bit wiser?
Mm, Same as yesterday.
Same as yesterday? Feel a
Yep.
little bit more smarter?
Mm, yes.
All right.
I always feel smarter.
We can take a little break right now. We're at the Sonic restaurant here.
Brought to you by
And I don't want to be brought to by Sonic here because they got really bad service here. All right.
They do.
We got here and we're waiting for them to answer their phone and no one's doing
Car
anything.
hop button.
And so we wait. We wait.
And then a guy next to us pulls up, pushes the button, and gets instant service.
So then we had to go and find out what was happening at the drive-through.
And they said, oh, sometimes they don't work.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's helpful. Glad I sat here for 10 minutes.
Oh, as always, please subscribe to us on all your social media platforms and where you listen to podcasts on YouTube, Spotify, Good Pods, all places, or check out all of our past episodes, cinemarecall.net. Please buy us a coffee. buymeacoffee.com/Cinema Recall Pod. Link will be on our website as well. Or
do you think I could ever get one of those coffees?
well, yeah, I mean, if people start paying more for those, I hope so. It'd be great.
Do you ever get buy me a coffee?
Well, I mean, not recently.
Not recently?
No, we have
you
before. We have before.
Did
yeah.
I ever get a coffee out of that?
I can get you. You didn't want coffee. You wanted like a shake.
I'm talking about before. You're saying this isn't from now. This is
What?
straight out of Vern's pocket.
I was doing that.
This isn't out of
Well,
out of the business pocket. This is out of your pocket.
It's out of my pocket there. Okay. All right. Well, I didn't have any left in the business pocket, so I used a lot of
Damn
business
it,
pockets
Vern.
for the trip to Convergence that we were just
Sure.
at.
Excuses.
Sorry.
Excuses from Vern.
But you don't hear about my money problems right now. You're here to listen to us talking about Superman.
Superman!
2025, directed
Yeah.
by James Gunn. And I brought my handy dandy notepad here.
Oh, I didn't get to take notes. Of course, I wanted to, but I didn't.
Well, okay, so I had to write down the cast who's in this one.
Okay.
So we had David Cornsweet.
No, Vern?
That's the name.
No, I don't think that's right.
I'm pretty sure I'm just right with that one. David Cornsweet. He plays Superman, aka Cornsweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
See,
Go
David Cornsweet. He plays Superman, aka Clark Kent. Rachel Brosnahan, who is Lois Lane.
Brosnahan.
So I said Brosnahan.
He's saying ham, as in the
Ham.
delicious breakfast meat. And
Bronze ham.
No, Brosnahan.
I don't know. She probably says bronze ham. That's one ham I want to just lick all the way up.
Okay. Nicholas Holt.
Nicholas Holt.
Lex Luthor.
Yep.
Nathan Fillion.
As the Green Lantern.
Although, is he the Green Lantern, or is he just one of the many Green Lanterns?
There's many Green Lanterns.
Right. Isn't his name Guy in that movie?
In the IMDb or whatever, the Google it says Green Lantern.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
And then I know we got Alan Tudyk as the guy who can manipulate items. I forget what his name is there. And
No. Alan Tudyk was the number 4.
He was number 4.
He was
He was the robots.
automatons.
He was one of the automatons.
We had Isabella Marced as Hawk Girl, and you'd know her from The Last of Us. She's Ellie's girlfriend.
I missed out on The Last of Us.
Well,
I missed out on that one, folks.
Terrible.
I'm a terrible
Shame
person.
on you.
I know. I just don't like stuff that other people like for some reason. So
Shameful.
I'm a very shameful. So this one, Superman, very different. I don't know if I necessarily love it, but I didn't hate it.
I want to see it again, but yes, I would say it would be on the low rung of Superman movies.
It reminds me more of a Superman sequel to the other movies.
Sure.
Than one that restarts everything.
Yeah.
Because it does start in the middle of this big battle.
Yeah.
That looks like it took place in the first movie. It feels like the first movie would have done his whole origin story, and now we're going into part 2.
Right.
With this one right there.
Yeah.
and it feels way over the top. There's a lot more campy, silly moments in this
Yeah.
one because yeah, there are other metahumans in this one and other interdimensional creatures, and so Superman doesn't seem to be like that big of a deal
He's
in
not
this
the only
universe.
one. Yeah. Whereas in the other movies, he was the only one.
Yeah,
There weren't other superhuman beings.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of took me away from things a little bit. And also, the movie has like the structure where it has like a very serious moment going on, especially when it talks about elements where it deals with, I guess, the whole alien situation there, humans being deported, and
Yeah.
very serious stuff that's happening with like trafficking and wars being breaking out. Uh, there's a war that's happening between these like two planets, which is
No, by two countries.
countries. Yes,
Yeah, and it's clearly Russia and Ukraine.
yes,
But um, yeah, Superman stops it from happening, and then um, that's where like the problem begins.
yeah. Because like Lex Luthor invents the story that Superman's message from his parents is that they want him to go to Earth
Yeah,
to
take on
control it.
a bunch of women, get a harem,
That's right.
make
Him.
super people. Yeah.
That's right.
Hmm.
And everyone believes this, and they're like, Superman. I used to trust Superman, but this one story here,
This
one new
and
story.
mind you, every channel was blowing up with this one news story, and then everybody turns on him like that. Like that would never happen.
Yeah, it'd be like Fox News coming with the story, and then some of the ABC and CNN would be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this is it. Superman's the bad guy," and everyone in the town's like, "Fuck Superman. I don't trust that guy anymore."
Yeah. Yep.
Uh, and then
That part. Okay. So I noticed that I have a real problem suspending my disbelief.
oh, yeah,
Like I know it's not a real movie, and I know like it is a real movie. Let me rephrase. I know it's not a
no,
real thing, right? Like there's superhumans, there's interdimensional stuff going on, but I cannot believe in the storyline that that one thing would come out and everybody would turn on him.
yeah, I don't
It's so like it's so unbelievable. It's like a really dumb part of the movie, and it's a really dumb part of the storyline.
see. I wouldn't have minded so much if this was like an animated feature because there's been like a lot of stuff happening at this, like the whole like pocket universe and stuff
Sure.
that happens that would fit perfectly in like a kid's
Mm-hmm.
animated cartoon.
Yeah.
The thing with me, the original Superman movie, great from 1978, is that yes, it dealt with people that can't actually do these things, but you believe that they can.
Right.
There was like a magic to it, and plus, I thought that Christopher Reeve really sold his
Oh, he
character
really did.
as being
Yeah.
Superman and Clark Kent.
Yeah.
And I think what the comedy needed to have, it needed to have the comedy moment with Clark Kent
Yeah.
and have the dramatic hero moments with Superman. I felt like in this one, James Gunn wanted to put comedy elements in everything
Yeah.
and serious moments in a lot of things too, and there wasn't the right balance for it.
Right.
Before we got to meeting here, I did go see Man of Steel, the Zack Snyder
Mm-hmm.
version with Henry Cavill, and that one is just all serious,
Right.
where there's no humor at all, and he's treating those characters as like Greek mythological characters, and James Gunn is treating these characters more as like comic character,
like,
like silly.
So I had said yesterday it. What is that beeping? Do you hear that?
I hear that people.
Okay, quiet. Listen. What is that?
I don't know.
It's driving me absolutely nuts. Okay, but anyway,
Okay.
so I said it reminded me, and I really like the movie. I want to go see it again. It's not my favorite Superman movie, but it was fun enough to want to see it again. But it did remind me of a Scooby Doo episode.
Yes, because James Gunn did rate the first two Scooby Doo movies.
He did?
He did.
Oh, motherfucker.
He wrote the first
no
two.
Wonder.
Yeah.
No wonder it resonated. It just screamed Scooby Doo.
Very much so.
Also, can I do a mini spoiler?
Okay.
You might see Hayden Christensen in this movie.
You might. Yeah, that's true. We're watching them like, wait, Hayden, wait, is Darth Vader going to be in this?
Mm-hmm.
The dark side is coming to help out.
And it was the dark side.
It was, yeah.
But yes, anyway.
So yeah, overall, I think it's fun. I know like young kids are gonna love it, and I were talking to other critics right next to us, and they said it was Guardians of the Galaxy. Of course, James Gunn did Guardians of the Galaxy, and it felt like that with Superman. A lot of needle drops in there, which is fine, but it's missing that iconic score. The
Yeah, it
music,
just used the old score over and over and over in
yeah.
different ways, which can be good. Like you have to use the iconic Superman song,
Hmm.
but dang, they could have done something else.
Yeah, and no Kryptonite by Three Doors Down.
They really dropped the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they could use that one in there, but
Now there was a character. Now I want to talk about characters because you had your classic Jimmy Olsen, but then there was this.
what Jimmy? Okay, stop about Jimmy Olsen right there. At all the movies and all the TV shows, Jimmy Olsen is like this nerd that
Yep.
looks up to like Superman, and he was for losers like me. All right, someone I had to look up here. Where's my representation? It was Jimmy Olsen.
Yep, but
And,
this
and
Jimmy Olsen somehow bags ladies.
yeah,
Like super hot model ladies that, and he doesn't even want them.
yeah.
He's like, oh God, it's this one again.
So sick and tired of that, which I mean, yeah, that happens to me all the time. As being a podcaster, I fight off women left and right there. So
Beat him off with a stick.
I started sitting. It's right with a stick. I tell you, all right. No, it's just not Jimmy Olsen's supposed to be the like nerd for us, all right. The guy that just can't get dates at all and just like
Right.
Superman, but whatever. That's
And
fine. I like his whole element with the Let's do this girlfriend who I forgot her name.
Lex Luthor's girlfriend. I don't remember her name, but she's just a play on what was the original?
Desmacher. I forgot her name now.
Yeah. Well, in the original Superman, it's Lex Luthor's ditzy girlfriend.
Yeah.
So in this episode,
Not super girlfriend. I thought it was just his assistant.
no, it's definitely his girlfriend.
Is it okay?
Yes.
Fair enough. Okay.
And so in this movie, Lex Luthor again has a ditzy girlfriend. And I really actually liked her character.
Yeah.
The character there was a couple characters I didn't understand why they were even in there. Two other people that worked at the Daily Planet.
There's one Cat Grant.
Yep.
There's
She just was there for boobs. It was weird. I think because Lois Lane's character is real, like conservatively dressed. Like she dresses kind of like a 70s, like a cool 70s chick, but she's like, wears long pants and turtlenecks and jackets. And this girl has her boobs out.
Yeah.
I feel like they just put it in there because they were like, well, we got to have somebody with their boobs out. It was a weird choice.
I'm
She
not
did not add to the storyline at all.
Didn't add anything to the storyline, but just add things to the bus line, and I'm all for that.
I'm sure.
But it wasn't bad at all. But yeah, then also with the sports writer that was there that gets to join on with them. Yeah, just two other characters.
He was funny. Like there was one line where, like, everybody has to evacuate the city, and he's on the phone with his like girlfriend or wife, and he's like, just put her on the phone, and you can tell she's like saying something to him, and he goes, cats know the sound of their owners' voices, because he wanted to talk to Persephone. Yeah. Let me talk to Persephone. And then it turns out it's his cat. And it unless you're paying attention, you kind of miss it. But that part was super funny.
That was good.
Like, he's funny, but also why was he there?
Yeah.
Why did they make a point to put him in any of the scenes? Because he didn't really do anything.
Because you had to have some comic moments of this.
I guess, and that's the only way they could get some comic moments was random ass characters.
And also some of Lex Luthor's lackeys or whatnot, the woman that can make stuff cover her hairs.
Yeah, I forget her name. I thought she was like a Temu version of Mystique.
Yes. She
was very much a copy of Mystique. When you see the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like her ability to
she reminds me of the girl
shift and stuff.
She reminds me of the girl from the Phantom Zone from Superman 2 with those three characters that get stuck in the Phantom Zone with short hair. But now she has the ability to like have stuff come out of her hand and make things happen. Yes. Gotta talk about Crypto.
Okay.
The dog. I will say this though. I don't know if that dog is a real dog or a CGI dog, but that looked really good.
I think it was a CGI dog. But when you first see the dog, you're like, this dog is not a well-trained dog.
No.
And he's not.
No.
Which is kind of irritating.
That he's not well-trained?
That he's not well-trained, and I'll tell you why. Because, Clark Kent was raised by, his parents in like this really like loving home with responsibilities. Like, and
Sure.
he's just leaving this dog behind with his automatons and not training him. That doesn't seem very Superman.
Well,
But then you find out it's not even his dog, it's his cousin's dog. But nonetheless, you'd think any other time he would be like, we got to do the right thing and train this dog. And he doesn't.
I
I think that's so weird.
that is weird too. I find the whole introduction like it's a good joke that it's actually Supergirl's dog.
Yeah.
But the whole
She's off on other planets getting drunk.
That is I want a whole movie
with just
of
her.
just Supergirl going to different parties and being drunk and getting white girl wasted.
Yeah. White girl wasted on red sunflower.
I don't know if I want Supergirl to be that irresponsible, but at the same time, I kind of do because she should be the polar opposite of Superman. So I don't know. We'll see in the sequel for that. Lex Luthor, Nicholas Hoult. I like Nicholas Hoult in other movies. I think he does a great job.
I love him in other movies.
Well,
but in this movie.
Well, I liked him in like Renfield.
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot of fun in that one. But in this one, his Lex Luthor is just a little bit too over the top. Too cartoony.
A little.
Way over the top.
They portrayed Lex Luthor as an infantile, petulant crybaby, like whiner teenager.
Yeah.
And that's not what Lex Luthor is.
But even
Lex Luthor is, he is like cunning, and he doesn't throw big temper tantrums, and he's more like trying to be underhanded.
Yeah.
And this portrayal of him is just like, he kept knocking a mug off the table and making somebody clean it up, and then he just kept knocking them over. Like it was so dumb. I was like, what? The character that they wrote for him was not great.
Yeah, like very egotistical, very vain.
Which he is.
He is.
But this was it was like a cartoon version.
Very much. Yeah. I thought Jason Eisenberg played a better Lex Luthor than Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah.
I still think
Gene Hackman is the best.
Of course. Yeah. Gene Hackman is always the best because he had that other guy, the Ned Beatty. Otis.
Yeah.
They're with him to counteract stuff.
And this one had an Otis, but I don't even know which one it was.
That's true.
And I know he had an Otis because I saw it in the cast, like in the credits.
There was an Otis there.
But I don't remember who Otis was.
It might have been several of the lackeys that control the big guy.
Maybe it was the main guy with the glasses.
That could be. Because
like telling him, but I don't know.
In this one, they have like the superhuman that can actually beat up Superman for real, and they know all his coordinates.
They control him like a video game.
Yeah.
And they have little dudes in the office that are controlling him like a video game. It's so weird.
And I don't know why they think A1 and Superman just said A5, B46, C17.
I've been watching him and like learning all of his moves.
Yeah.
Like I know what he's gonna do next.
And that's the right there.
Like what?
F-17. You start my battleship. That's it.
It was an odd choice.
Yeah.
For fight scenes.
So we covered Lex Luthor. I don't know. I thought it was fine. I really hate the fact that it goes way into the campy realm of things.
Yeah.
Too much so. Too many things with the needle drops, and it felt very much like watching Guardians of the Galaxy or even the Suicide Squad. James Gunn has been known for doing a lot of like trauma movies. He did the Dawn of the Dead remake, the Scooby-Doo movies, did Romeo and Juliet. One of his best superhero movies was Super, with Rainn Wilson and Elliot Page.
Oh,
and Kevin Bacon.
Yes. Yeah. Well, James Gunn, he really James Gunned it up.
He James Gunned it up with there.
And not in a good way. In a like not the greatest way.
Honestly,
and I also think like the Superman character, I didn't look at him and think like that's a man.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a young gentleman.
That's like the Superboy.
Yes, it felt
Superboy.
Yeah. He's supposed to be like 30 something, and I did get like I felt like he was like portraying like a 20 something, like a real. Not like the 20 somethings that you see on the street. Obviously, it's like a 25, 24, 23-year-old kid that's just like, super naive and super like sweet.
Yeah.
Doesn't swear. Like like a Mormon that he just came out. He just came from Utah, and he's like, oh geez. And like,
Yes.
I don't know, I just didn't like. And he's really good looking, and he did the part as good as he could with the script that he had. But I didn't. It's not like Henry Cavill or even Christopher Reeves, where you're like, oh my God, that is a man.
I thought Brandon Routh did a good job.
And Brandon Routh
as being Superman
I
right
loved
there.
Brandon Routh.
You thought it was really good in that
I
one.
did.
Superman Returns.
I cried. He was my favorite. I was really upset that they didn't do more with him.
Yeah.
That was really disappointing.
Because he actually does have the charisma for being both Superman and Clark Kent.
He does.
There's a certain charismatic you gotta do for Clark Kent.
Can we talk about how, so with Christopher Reeves, he puts on his glasses and he sinks and he makes himself small. And you don't recognize him.
Very nebbish. And,
you don't recognize him as Superman at all.
Yeah.
Because the minute he's Superman, like as soon as he's himself, he's Superman. But the minute he's Clark Kent, like you wouldn't recognize him. And I don't care if anyone's like, oh, you'd recognize. No, you wouldn't. That's a small, sheepish man that is like too timid, regardless of how much he looks like Superman. But in this movie, they talk about his glasses hypnotize people to make him look like he's not himself.
What?
Yes.
It's so lame.
Did you not hear that?
I think I missed that by mid-time, but like those are the parts.
Because then Nathan Fillion had brought it up. He's like, oh, do you know about the glasses? And she goes, boy, he really does trust everybody.
Oh, that whole.
I was like, really? His glasses hypnotize people? Since when? That's not the point of like Clark Kent is. He's this small, quiet man.
He doesn't pay attention to himself. He doesn't use superpowers for that.
Correct. So I did think that was really lame.
It was, and I thought there was like a lot of that sort of like meta humor.
Yeah.
That was put into it that didn't need to be meta humor. Yeah. Most of the humor that happens with Superman is Clark Kent being goofy and nerdy right there.
And him trying to like navigate being normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like Mr. Fantastic.
That was fun.
I did like him a lot.
That was fun.
His powers are really neat. When he puts Rachel Brosnahan in like the force field to protect her as he's fighting off all the people in the at the like where the where the portal is.
Yeah.
I really like that. I thought that was super fun. Like, he's a cool character.
That was cool.
So, yeah.
See, it sets up these great characters for other movies because that's, I guess, what they're going to do now, which is fine. I just want to have a Superman movie that just has Superman. I don't need Green Lantern. Yeah. All right. I don't need these other characters. I don't need to have all these different like universe or pocket universes or alien creatures everywhere. I'm like, I just want a story where Superman fights Lex Luthor.
Right. And since when is Lex Luthor so smart he can build interdimensional pockets?
Yeah.
Since when?
And if he does care about that shit, why is he caring so much about Superman or getting rid of Superman? You're rich, bitch. You are fucking rich.
His whole point was to take down Superman, like, because he's so envious of him. But like, you're smart. Okay. If you're envious of Superman because what? He's stronger than you, but you are played by Nicholas Hoult, so you're already good looking.
Yeah.
You have a lot of money. And you're super powerful. So, like, why are you jealous of this dude who flies? Like, I get it. You want to fly, but, like, why do you want to kill him? That makes zero sense. Also, and I'm sorry, but, like, that, I can't get past how stupid that is when, like, his whole thing is to kill him. Like, it's so weird. Also, can I ask, like, I think we all know, like, yes, this is a fictional movie and I shouldn't nitpick things like this, but when, I'm not going to say, like, the clone, there's like a clone, but it's a full-grown clone, and I'm sorry, but when you clone things, they started off as babies. So if you're cloning an adult, like, it's going to take 30 years to get a 30-year-old clone. You're not going to have a fully formed clone. And fuck that. That is so... there are some things I can overlook when it comes to movies. Like, but that is something that's just so stupid. I can't even.
When that moment happened, it reminded me too much of Superman 3.
Oh, it just reminded me of Hayden Christensen.
Okay. I almost felt like...
Can you see me in there?
I thought I could. I don't know. I just too.
So. Oh, there I am. It got all dark.
Well, because it's a little bright.
Okay. Well, all right.
I hope I can. We're kind of
otherwise, I'm just a dark shadow speaking.
No, a dark shadow.
We're not using any CGI. Just
No,
blend
just
into the shadows.
do you know the studio Canon? They did Britain 2, Blue, and they released Cobra from Spencer Stallone. They're an independent studio, but they
Okay.
released Superman 4, The Quest of Peace, because they Warner Brothers, after the third one, didn't really want to do a fourth one, so they sold the rights to Superman for Canon Films for
Okay.
a collaboration.
So it was like a fourth movie that never got released?
No, fourth movie did get released.
Oh, I never saw it.
But it was considered to be like one of the worst Superman movies.
Christopher Reeves?
It is a Christopher Reeve one.
Well, I'll be damned.
It got John Cryer in it.
John Cryer?
Yeah, he plays Lex Luthor's partner.
Like, I thought you were going to say son.
No, it's either his cousin or son. One of those two right there.
Gotta be his cousin.
He's in there. And it's not great. It has to deal with the nuclear arms race, and they create this villain called the Nuclear Man, which is all about the nuclear waste and fight Superman. And I feel like this one could have been released by Canon. It felt like a Canon type of Superman movie, and that's all I really got to say about that. I think kids are gonna love this movie.
Oh yeah,
like young kids are gonna love it. I will say this though, if you're a fan of Superman and love the Christopher Reeves movie, this is not going to be for you.
If you like the Henry Cavill, this is also a totally different one.
Very much so, yeah. It's not the Zack Snyder series.
He takes time out to save a squirrel.
Yeah,
I feel like there's other things going on.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they're really trying to point out, like, how caring he is for everyone, which we already know. You didn't have to add that. But anyway, okay, sorry, I digress.
No, that's fair. So give us your rating out of 5 stars.
Out of 5 stars, I would say a solid 3 3/4.
That sounds fair. I'm gonna give like a solid 3. There's no humor to this one, and
everybody's really cute. Like everybody's good looking. Like it's fun to watch, except Nathan Fillion, that horrible wig they put him in, which they do make fun of.
Yeah. That's fair.
I love Nathan Fillion, but oof, that haircut.
That was crazy.
But it was a fun movie. I wouldn't say it was like well written.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't like the direction they went, but I'm gonna go see it again because it was fun.
Yeah, I'll probably see it again too.
I'm gonna go see it right now.
Okay.
It's not even out yet.
No, yeah, that's right. We're recording this. Actually,
don't break it.
No, actually, when this review posts, it will be out in theaters. So go watch Superman or. Go watch Superman. Go watch the 78th version of Superman.
Or watch the Christopher Reeves version. And then I'm going to watch Henry Cavill version.
And watch the Brandon Routh one?
Brandon Routh. Oh, no, that one makes me cry.
It makes you cry?
Yeah, because he was a really sad Superman. Like, his son, and he was, like, sick I don't know. That one made me cry. Remember, I cried like the whole drive home after seeing that movie at the fucking Minnesota Zoo IMAX.
Right. Oh, that's right. That's right.
I cried in the theater and then cried the whole way home because I was like, his son. I was pregnant though, so like, I had extra sad hormones.
All right. Well, you can cry in bed with Henry Cavill whenever
I don't cry in bed when I think about Henry Cavill.
Special plate time and everything.
I have other thoughts that aren't sad when it comes to Henry Cavill.
That's fair enough. I'll have thoughts about Rachel Brosnahan.
Dude, me too. She's
sexy, yeah.
Yeah, she is.
She's very nice. And I was now her because I saw her from the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
Her with the longer hair looks way better.
I like her in both.
Yeah.
She could go bald. And I'd be like, you're still hot.
Yeah. Come here, girl. That's right.
Here. Get on over here.
Come on, laugh now.
Come
all right.
on. Give me a hug. Let's go.
Well, thank you so much for watching our little video review here. We're trying to record this in Ashley's car. Don't know what it's going to look, but if you like it, please give us likes, give us a comment.
Give us a
thumbs up.
Give us a coffee, and maybe Vern will actually buy me one instead of hoarding all the coffee.
I will buy you coffee next time. All right, I will buy you coffee. Okay, all right.
I'm gonna hold him to it.
Look for our Patreon page, patreon.com/cinemarecallpod, because I'm going to be having on there some bonus episodes that
are bouncing the whole car.
Well, keep bouncing. You'll make us more listeners there. All right.
Nobody can see my boobs. They're held down tight.
Okay. That's for OnlyFans page.
That's right.
All right.
Coming soon.
Ashley boobs free.
Just cleavage.
See that? Hey, nothing wrong with cleavage right there.
You don't have to pay for that. You can see that any
That's right.
time.
That's right. Thank you.
Not you. I mean, anybody out in the the world
Yeah,
can look around and see cleavage somewhere.
That's true.
I didn't mean you. God.
Going back to you now, so you distracted me. Your boobs distracted
Sorry,
me.
boobs.
All right, so I was trying to do an important thing and plug in our Patreon page.
Sorry.
And here we are talking about your boobs.
Sorry, I was like bouncing, and then the car started bouncing, and then we talked about boobs.
Okay.
It's not my fault.
Patreon.com/CinemaBreakClubPod. Because on there, I'm having bonus episodes where I talk about, I was on a few panels at Convergence, and I recorded a few of those panels there. One is about David Lynch movies, and one is about the horror films that came out this year. So this year, last year, fun times. Those will be exclusively on our Patreon page. I will post both of them together for a special episode, but if you want the full version, it's on patreon.com/CinemaBreakClubPod.
Yes. Can I mention one more thing?
Please do.
I want to tell you how Superman's father, when they show the hologram of him, it took me right out of the movie. I thought it was like what do they call it? My brain stopped working sometimes. It was a cameo. It was a cameo, but I thought it was like, it was Bradley Cooper, and I was like, is he gonna like say? I was like, why is Bradley Cooper there? Like he should be, I don't know, chasing around a drug dealer in Vegas.
Yeah.
It was weird to see him as the cameo. They should have picked somebody that you didn't recognize.
That's true.
That was weird. It pulled me right out.
That is very true.
But anyway.
All right.
I thought that was kind of funny.
That is very funny. All right. Thank you all for watching and listening. Love you very much. Happy birthday, Ashley.
Happy birthday to me.
You know, happy birthday.
Thanks,
love you much, friend. All right. Love you, everyone out there.
Bye.
Bye.
Go see it.